Let's give Jada some boho twists. All right, the first question you might be asking yourself is, what is a boho twist? If you're not really plugged into the natural hair community on social media, which you probably are if you found my channel, but boho twists are twists where you just do a normal twist, but then you leave some pieces out. I've heard people call these, I think it's like drop and go or pick and drop or something like that. But you pretty much just leave some pieces out to give it that like intentionally kind of messy, but very much intentional look. So I'm starting out by parting her hair from ear to ear. This is a method that I've been doing lately, and it really helps to keep those parts aligned. So you see the row above the where I made this part. You don't want this part to be separated into pieces that are below the ear line and then above, because it just looks a little bit off. I feel like it moves a little bit more seamlessly when you actually have everything aligned with what's below the top of the ear and what's above the top of the ear. And if you do hair enough, or part hair enough, you'll know what I mean. So I'm starting out just putting some braid and lock gel on the part and just refining the part out. I'm laying down the roots as well as cleaning up those parts with that braid and lock gel. It makes everything look a lot more crisp, like your parts were cut with a knife, okay, with a machete. So tap into the braid and lock gel. I'm telling you, it makes such a difference when you're doing your twists, and it makes them last a lot longer. So then what I do after I do that initial part is I just break it down into smaller pieces, and this really helps to give me a good guide as far as like how big I want my sections to be. And I did these larger. I feel like the hairstyle would just translate better on larger parts, and you would really get a feel for what I was going for. I think if it was mini twists, it would kind of get lost. The design would get lost. So we're doing some bigger twists today. And I forgot to mention that I washed and conditioned her hair, and I just put it in those two big cornrows and had her air dry her hair. So that's why it's still kind of shrunken. It's not fully in that stretch state, but this was good enough for what I was trying to achieve. And I'm putting my conditioning curl cream on the length of her hair, but as you guys know, whenever I do twists, I put very little product on the length of the hair to try to maintain that fluffiness. This is what's gonna help you to maintain the fluffiness of your hair. So I just twist down a little bit, and then you're just gonna take your little piece out. And once you finish the twist, you're gonna go behind that with my Max Hold styling jelly, and you're gonna you're going to define those little curly pieces. So you just take that Max Hold styling jelly and just run your fingers over it and kind of work that product in so that you get some nice juicy curls. All right, so we're moving on to the next section, and I think I give you guys a glimpse of how it's looking so far. As you can see, it's still like a little bit stretched out. Jada's hair takes a little bit longer to puff up. She has her hair is very high porosity, so like her hair just soaks it up so easily. So it takes her hair a little bit longer to puff up. But once I get to the end of the hairstyle, you'll kind of see what it looks like when it actually puffs up. And I was going in and doing the gel for each twist. When I did my mini braids with my boho braids, I waited until after to define those pieces, and I was so tired. I didn't even go back and do them all. So if you've watched my reel on or if you're on if you're on YouTube, my short, if you watch that video of me doing my boho braids, I did not define all of the pieces because I was just too tired from braiding my hair. So I advised doing those little pieces and defining the curls as you go. Don't wait until the end because you're going to be tired. And as you see, guys, I always do my brick layer parting. That makes the style look so crisp and professional. So don't forget that. Now, when you get to these pieces that are a little bit more dense with hair, you want to make sure that you are putting the braid and lock gel on the underside as well as both the left and the right and the top of the section. And this is not only going to help you to get a much neater look, but it's going to make the style last a lot longer because your roots are going to stay flat for a lot longer. So don't skip this step, and you'll notice a big difference with just making sure that you put, because sometimes I'll just put the braid and lock gel on the top of the section, just taking shortcuts. But if you put it on every single side, you'll notice a big difference. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far. And I was at this point, I was like, okay, this is gonna be cute. And then for her front, I was trying to frame her face out. So some of the pieces in her front, they just are not as long. It's like a very small section where it's just not as long. She had cradle cap when she was little, and I don't know if this has something to do with it or just the way that her hair grows, but her hair just does not grow as fast in the front as it does in the back. It's just a very small section. She also has a lot of baby hair, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure, but for this part, I pulled a lot of the pieces to the front to kind of frame her face out, and you'll see how it looks when I do the reveal. But other than that, this is a pretty straightforward and simple style. If you guys want to get any of the products that you see in the video, you can go to kellyloganhair.com. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and comment below if you have any questions. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.